Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to Injustice Investigations. I'm Al Scott. This is a breaking news story. I'm getting some more information here while I try to relay it to you all. It is concerning R.Kelly. R.Kelly gave an explosive interview on this morning with Gayle King from CBS this morning. He was also due in court today to answer to the charge of child support. He owed $100,600. I got it right here. $100,600 some dollars. He arrived in court about an hour ago. We are now getting word that R. Kelly has been taken back into custody for failing to pay child support. Again, R. Kelly is back in custody and will be returned to the Cook County Jail shortly. He will be returned to the Cook County Jail shortly. His attorney will be out shortly to speak. Right now there's a paralegal that's speaking, and he's into an argument right now with with some of the media that are outside asking questions and stuff. Again, R. Kelly is back in custody in Chicago. R. Kelly was taken into custody and will be returned to the Cook County Jail in just a matter of minutes. R. Kelly was placed under arrest for failing to pay child support. He owes well over $106,000 and some change. So I think R. Kelly's only been out maybe a little over a week, I think, and now he's on his way back to the county jail. We are waiting for R. Kelly's attorney to come to the mic and speak, and he will go more into details as to what's going on. I'm told that R. Kelly arrived with some money, but evidently it wasn't enough to please the court system, and the judge ordered him to be arrested. Now, as far as bail, they haven't said anything about that yet, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. Okay, I'm looking at something my sister Yvette is saying. She says now his attorney wants to speak. Yeah, we knew that this was going to happen. We predicted that he will, unfortunately, be locked back up. Now, the bad thing about this is if being locked up is bad, period. But what's even worse is the charges, the 10 indictments that we all know R. Kelly is facing. If a bond is not given or he cannot make bond, then that simply means that R. Kelly will stay in the Cook County Jail until the trial starts. And that could be months and months and months and months away. So he will not be able to leave. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is a breaking news story on R. Kelly. R. Kelly has been taken into custody. He will be returned to the Cook County Jail for failing to pay child support. Someone is asking what channel are they airing this on. It's on CNN. It's on, I'm looking at ABC, Mike Wells. I'm looking at ABC right now from out of Chicago, Channel 7, I think it is. And they're bringing some more mics up, and I'm assuming that momentarily R. Kelly's attorney is going to come out and go more into details as to what's going on. R. Kelly, I think, had a show to do tonight. Maybe it was last night. He performed. But I think it's fair to say, I mean, if he doesn't work, if he can't go to work, then naturally nobody gets paid, you know. So and someone called a while ago and thought they were just kind of like picking at R. Kelly. I don't know if that is true or not, but we have to be mindful that this came about before R. Kelly was arrested on the 10-count indictment. So I doubt if that would be the case. So this is something we knew was coming. My sister Yvette and I discussed it this morning, and I think the day before yesterday, because I couldn't do a show yesterday because of my voice. But I told you that I had a strong feeling that he could be arrested at any moment with all the other tapes that have just came in last week, new tapes that are against R.Kelly. And if that didn't do it, that the child support case would probably do it. And that's what has just happened. They said when he arrived at court today, R.Kelly was in good spirits, laughing, talking. He had some money with him, but evidently, again, it wasn't enough to satisfy the court system, and the judge ordered him to be placed in custody at the Cook. Shortly, he will be returning to the Cook County Jail for failing to pay child support. Now, R. Kelly's ex-wife, I'm sure, has a lot to do with this, because that's what she said. She wanted him to either pay or wanted him locked back up. And so R. Kelly is in custody right now. And if that's not enough, I just sent out a post. I don't know if how many of you have seen it already. R. Kelly has another lawsuit. This lawsuit was filed about 2 years ago, but was kind of placed on the back burner, so to say, but it just popped back up. There is a sheriff in the great state of Mississippi that is suing R. Kelly for ruining his marriage. Yeah, he's suing R. Kelly for ruining his marriage. When he got married back in 2012, his wife, his fiancée then, told him about the affair that she had once had with the R&B singer, but assured him that that relationship was over. And I guess it was until he went to Mississippi to perform, and then they hooked back up, and that relationship lasted for about, I think, 5 years. And so he is now suing R. Kelly for ruining his marriage. And Mississippi has that law where you can do that. So we'll go in depth into that law later this week. But right now, I don't think that's of great urgency right now. That's R. Kelly's last concern. The indictments is what's a real big deal right now. Not to mention being placed back in handcuffs. So once R. Kelly attorneys speak, I will come back and give you a live update when we hear from R. Kelly's attorney. And again, coming to you from out of Chicago, R. Kelly arrived at court today to answer to the charge of failing to pay child support. He had some money with him, but it wasn't enough. So the judge ordered that he be taken into custody, and he will shortly be returned back to the Cook County Jail, where he just left just a few days ago. It's just not getting any better for R. Kelly, and we know he suffers from anxiety attacks, and he has had a lot of those since the showing of the documentary on Lifetime, Surviving R. Kelly. I mean, this is stressful for him. I'm sure it is. I mean, he's a strong black man, but I mean, we all get weak, we all get tired, you know. I don't know how much more R. Kelly could take. Good Lord Jesus! I mean, if you're talking about the takedown of R. Kelly, and that's what our series is entitled, "The Takedown of R. Kelly," it's like, how much more can he take? You know. But again, it's not that the system is picking on R. Kelly. R. Kelly hadn't paid child support. R. Kelly has answered to many lawsuits, and many of those lawsuits were settled out of court for an undisclosed amount of money. And so that played a major role in why he's broke today. One of the counsels that was speaking earlier said, yes, R. Kelly, he's not 100% broke. He has some money, but he has to live. He has to eat, you know, and pay other bills and things of that nature. But he just didn't have enough to give that was acceptable to the courts. I'm reading something from Charleston. You ain't lying. They're fired. They are. Uh, uh, you talking about an overkill. I mean, hell, I'm damn near ready to pass out for the brother myself. Good Lord Jesus. Pressure will bust a pipe. Pressure will bust a pipe. They're gunning from R.Kelly on every end. Not to mention the FBI is looking into can they charge him with human trafficking. And do I see that happening? It's a possibility. Anytime you take someone from state to state, across the state line or whatever, for prostitution or sex, then you can get that charge. Somebody saying, Melvin Oliver, is he back in jail? Yes, sir. R. Kelly was taken into custody about 20 minutes ago. He arrived at court to answer to the charge of failing to pay child support. We're told he had some money with him, but it wasn't enough. And with that being the case, the judge ordered that he be taken into custody, and if he hasn't left already, he will be arriving back at the Cook County jail where he just left from. Leslie says he bought a lot of that on himself. Leslie, let me say this to you real quick. If I disagreed with you, I would be a lie. I would be a lie. When he said yesterday that I'm fighting for my fucking life, he is fighting for his fucking life. But with what you just said and what we said earlier, even though R. Kelly is fighting for his life, R. Kelly has to remember that he orchestrated this day. R. Kelly orchestrated this. So, in other words, he became his own enemy, his worst nightmare, his own stumbling block. So it's not like he's just deliberately being set up. When he escaped it, so to say, in 2008, he should have stopped, but he didn't. So, he did. This is something of his doing. Tina says, what he do now? Well, Tina, he didn't pay child support. And he had a court date for the day. He arrived at court, and we're told he had some money, but it wasn't enough to satisfy the court system. And so the judge ordered that R. Kelly be taken into custody, and he will soon arrive back at the Cook County jail, where he just left from maybe a little over a week ago. You talking about when it rains, it pours. I mean, it's lightning and thundering with R. Kelly right now. And I never get a thrill over anybody going through some things, all hell breaking loose in their life. But I'm also mindful that we have to look at some things and go like, well, how did we get here? How did we get here to this day? And then so R. Kelly has to man up and realize that he orchestrated this. So it's okay for R. Kelly to be angry. It's okay for R. Kelly to be pissed. But he should be angry and pissed with himself, because right now R. Kelly should be worth over $200 million. He's only worth $1 million, if that much. Bad investments? Yes. But for the most part, paying people off. Lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits. Paying parents who pimp their children, their daughters out to R. Kelly. And so that's how R. Kelly got to where he's at today. It wasn't just a lot of bad investments, bad deals, so to say. R. Kelly was enjoying himself. He was doing what he liked to do. He liked little girls, and he did that, and he paid well. And now R. Kelly has to answer to the things that he has done. He talked about this morning on the show with Gayle King that this is his life. He's given 30 years to this industry. Charleston said breakfast, egg, broke straight. Okay, must be a new one. I don't know what that one means. Okay. And that they're trying to take him out. And I'm paraphrasing. They're not trying to take R. Kelly out. R. Kelly, things that he has done is now coming home. It's just coming home, and it's just time. And I have to quote my brother Timmy, and he said one day, he said, "Bro, it's just time. It's just time for R. Kelly to sit down." And I agree, and he will do sometime. I don't think R. Kelly is going to get off scot-free like he did in 2008. But as I said earlier today, and we're going to get out of here because we have to go and get you all some more information to bring to you. But as I said earlier today, you would be a fool to think that R. Kelly is going to go down by himself. I agree with that. Yeah. Melvin Oliver said for those parents who took their kids to his home, they should be. That's my biggest thing right there. I've said this from the first day I started covering this story. I've always said that not only did the parents pimping their kids out to R. Kelly. This went on for well over 30 years. Nobody worked with R. Kelly or works with R. Kelly knows or knew anything. That's just a damn lie. You mean to tell me that everybody that worked with R. Kelly didn't know shit? I believe that, like I believe the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan has a dream of his white daughter saying "I do" to a black man. Somebody knew. No, somebody didn't know. Somebody's knew. And you can rest assured there's going to be some more indictments coming down because R. Kelly will not go down alone. He's going to try to work the best deal that he can. And so, and he admitted this morning what I've been saying since I've been covering this story, that he paid the parents off. Jocelyn Savage's daddy wanted him to have sex with her daughter. Gail responded to that, and he said it again. Do I believe him? Without a doubt. Without a doubt. They pimped their daughters out. They're only coming forth now because they know sooner or later people are going to start questioning them. First thing they're going to say, why would we be out there in front of the camera if we did this here? You did it. You did it. And R. Kelly let some things out of the bag today, he told. So if you watched R. Kelly in that explosive interview this morning, part 2 comes on tomorrow, and what he said about him paying the parents off, he's going to tell some more things. He will tell some more things. You're right, Leslie. He made his bed hard, didn't let him lay hard. I agree with that, but I also agree with due process of the law. We can't, as my sister Yvette always said, you can't cherry pick which parts of the law you like. A lot of people were upset with him making bail. I wasn't. The law states that it's at the judge's discretion if Kelly gets a bond, and he gave R. Kelly a bond. Many got upset. No, you shouldn't get upset because this is your system. This is the justice system. So you have handed down a 10-count indictment, and you trust them to do the right thing. They arrested him. They indicted him, and they arrested him. So you can't say, okay, that's good and that's good, but why is he out on bail? Because the law says he can have a bail. So if you're going to be fair on this end, then you also have to be fair on the other end of the stick. You can't fight to clear up injustice over here, but you want to do some injustice on this end. It doesn't work that way. You have to be okay with whatever the law says. You can't cherry pick this and cherry pick that sits well with you. So the law gave him a bail. He's out. Will he get a bail on this? I think he will, but I don't know for sure. But if he makes it, he makes it. And if somebody wants to pay his bail, then they pay it. That's part of your legal system. That is part of your legal system. You know, as Yvette said this morning, that if it was your child, regardless of their guilt of innocence, most parents would go and get their child out. And that's true. Doesn't mean that they're condoning what their child has been accused of. It's just that this is my child. And don't mean I condone it, but I don't want to see him locked up like that. Now, once he goes to trial, if he found guilty and they lock him up, I still don't want to see him like that. But I have to accept that because it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Somebody said, who paid the last bond? Some lady, right? Yes, some lady paid the bond. Well, she signed a check. She alleges that it wasn't her money. She wouldn't say whose money it was, but she said it wasn't hers. But she just wrote the check. So I will be back I'm sure shortly with another breaking story on what's going on in Chicago. And some of those who don't understand the law don't even vote, but always got something negative to say about folks. Let him have his day in court. Some black folks are already convicted to do. Melvin Oliver, I don't know you from Adam, but if you don't say anything else today, brother, you just preached. You just preached. Everybody deserves due process of the law. And so we have to accept that. Whether he's guilty or innocent, we have to accept that. And as you just said, don't come out and try him in the street. And they're doing that. And in a lot of minds, as Melvin Oliver just said, R.Kelly's already guilty. They've already condemned him. They've already sentenced him to die in prison. And they don't know, they know about that much of the story. And that's what mainstream media reveals to them. And they go off of that. And when you go off of that, a lot of times you're passing your opinion off of third-hand information. Unlike the media knows a lot more than they tell you. But at a certain time, you can't let this go and you can't let that go. And so certain people trust the media to hold certain information. And the media does, because if they reveal their sources or reveal this information ahead of time, then they won't get that information out anymore on breaking news stories. They'll be just left in the dark. So, one hand washes the other and stuff. So, again, R. Kelly has been placed back in custody for failing to pay child support, and he will be returned to the Cook County Jail shortly. He arrived today with some money in his pocket to make good on some of what he owed for child support, but it was not satisfactory to the court. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. When we learn more about this story, hear from his lawyer, we'll come back and let you know. Y'all enjoy your evening.